Subscribe to your body is not the enemy. This meditation is for the part of you that wants love, but sometimes becomes uneasy when love actually feels steady. Maybe affection makes you suspicious. Maybe consistency makes you wait for the moment. Something changes. Maybe you find yourself testing people, pulling away, becoming distant, searching for hidden meanings, or preparing for an ending before anything has actually gone wrong. Over the next 30 days, this practice is here to help you gently explore what happens when healthy love comes closer and help your mind and body become more comfortable receiving care, consistency, affection, and connection. Before we begin, subscribe to Your Body is Not the Enemy and return to this meditation each day for the next 30 days. You're not trying to force yourself to trust everyone. You are giving yourself repeated experiences of imagining what it feels like to receive healthy love without immediately pushing it away. Find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. Allow your hands to rest naturally. Let your legs become heavy. Feel the surface beneath you supporting your body. You do not have to solve anything while you are here. You do not have to figure out every relationship you have ever had. You do not need to convince yourself that every person is safe. For this moment, you are simply creating enough quiet to listen to yourself. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Allow your breathing to return to its natural rhythm. Let the muscles around your eyes soften. Allow your jaw to loosen. Feel your shoulders settling slightly lower. Let your hands become heavy. Bring your awareness toward your chest and notice what happens when you imagine someone loving you consistently, not chasing you one day and disappearing the next, and making you guess, not asking you to prove your worth, not giving affection only when you have earned it, simply showing up with warmth, honesty, care, and steadiness. Notice your first reaction. Maybe part of you relaxes, maybe another part immediately becomes suspicious. Maybe you wonder what they really want. Maybe you imagine how it could end. Maybe you search your memory for signs you missed. Maybe your mind says, do not get too comfortable. Do not need them too much. Do not let your guard down. Do not believe this yet. You do not need to silence that part of yourself. Instead, become curious about it. Perhaps that part learned that affection could change without warning. Maybe closeness was followed by distance. Maybe promises were not always kept. Maybe being vulnerable once left you feeling exposed. Maybe you learned to watch carefully because watching carefully seems safer than being surprised. Whatever your story has been, you do not need to relive it right now. Simply recognize this. Sometimes the mind keeps using an old alarm even after the environment has changed. Imagine now that you are standing at the beginning of a quiet stone path. It is early morning. Warm sunlight filters through tall trees, touching the ground in soft golden patches. The air smells faintly of flowers and fresh earth. Somewhere nearby, water moves gently through a small fountain. At the end of the path is a garden. You cannot see much of it yet because a beautiful gate stands between you and what is inside. The gate is strong, tall enough to protect what matters. Its ironwork is covered with climbing green vines and small white flowers. A warm light seems to glow beyond it. You walk toward the gate slowly. As you come closer, you notice something. The gate is locked. And somehow you know that you were the one who locked it. Not because you did not want love, because at some point, protection felt necessary. Stand in front of the gate for a moment. Notice its strength. Notice the vines woven through the iron and the small flowers opening toward the morning sun. Place your hand against the cool metal and remind yourself that there is nothing wrong with having a gate. The garden without boundaries would be open to anything that wanted to enter. The gate was built to protect something valuable, you. This meditation is not asking you to tear the gate down. It is not asking you to trust everyone. It is not asking you to ignore warning signs, overlook harmful behavior, or silence your instincts. Because you want a relationship to work. You are learning something more balanced. A gate can protect you without remaining permanently locked. You can have boundaries and still receive love. You can take your time and still let someone come closer. You can pay attention without automatically expecting betrayal. You can protect your heart without making it impossible for healthy love to reach you. Look through the spaces in the gate. Beyond it, sunlight falls across soft green grass, flowering trees line winding paths. A fountain glimmers in the distance, benches beneath the shade and flowers moving gently in the breeze. Nothing inside is demanding that you enter. The garden is simply there, waiting. Look down at your hand and imagine that a small golden key is resting in your palm. You have had this key all along. Feel its weight against your skin. This key represents choice. You are not trapped outside the gate, and you are not required to open it. You decide who comes closer. You decide how quickly. You decide what behavior you accept. You decide when something deserves more trust and when something deserves more distance. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring the key toward the locked dot. Notice whether anything inside you tightens. Maybe a thought appears. What if I open this and regret it? What if I trust someone and they change? What if I finally relax and that is when I get hurt? Do not argue with those thoughts. Simply hear them. Then remind yourself gently. Opening a gate is not the same as removing it. You are not giving up your ability to close it again. Place the key into the lock dot, slowly turn it. You hear a quiet click. The gate is unlocked, but it is still closed. Notice that unlocked, wide open are not the same thing. You are allowed to move slowly. You are allowed to say not yet. You are allowed to observe. You are allowed to let trust be earned through consistency instead of demanding that you either trust completely or not at all. Imagine a small wooden bench beside the gate. Walk toward it and sit down. The morning air feels warm against your skin. You can hear the fountain beyond the wall and the soft movement of leaves above you. From this bench, begin noticing some of the ways you may have learned to protect yourself. In relationships, maybe you became highly aware of changes in someone's tone. Maybe you learned to read between every line. Maybe you stopped asking for reassurance because needing anything felt too vulnerable. Maybe you tested people to see whether they would stay. Maybe you pulled away first so someone else could not leave first. Maybe you became uncomfortable when someone was kind, without asking for something in return. Sometimes protection looks like distance. Sometimes it looks like suspicion. Sometimes it looks like control. Sometimes it looks like pretending you care less than you actually do. These responses may have helped you feel safer before, but today, you can ask whether every one of them is still needed. Look back toward the unlocked gate. You do not need to open it yet. For now, simply allow yourself to experience something new. The gate can remain closed without being locked out. You can protect yourself without imprisoning your heart behind the protection. And when you are ready, you can decide how far you want to open it. For a few quiet moments on the bench, imagine yourself standing again. The gate is still closed, but now it is unlocked. Place both hands against the iron and feel the cool surface beneath your palms. You are not opening your entire heart all at once. You are only experimenting with the possibility that love can come closer without taking away your ability to choose. Push the gate open just a few inches. Warm air moves through the opening. You smell flowers, green leaves, and sun-warmed stone. A soft breeze brushes your face. Nothing rushes toward you. Nothing demands entry. Nothing changes faster than you can handle. Notice what your body does. Maybe part of you wants to close the gate immediately. Maybe you feel exposed. Maybe you feel relief. Maybe you feel both at once. Whatever appears, stay curious. Sometimes when love begins to feel good, an old alarm becomes louder instead of quieter. You may begin searching for something wrong because uncertainty feels easier to tolerate when you are the one creating it. You may ask questions you already know the answer to. You may pull back to see if someone follows. You may become colder to test whether they notice. You may imagine betrayal before there is evidence of it. These reactions may have once helped you check whether closeness was safe, but testing can turn love into an exam no one knows they are taking. Today, you are practicing something different instead. Testing, you can observe instead of creating distance to see whether someone returns. You can notice whether they are already consistent instead of searching for a hidden meaning. You can listen to what is actually being said instead of predicting betrayal. You can pay attention to patterns over time. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look through the opening in the gate on the other side. You see a stone path leading deeper into the garden. Along the path are small signs, each with a single word: respect, consistency, honesty, patience, repair, warmth. You do not need every relationship to be perfect. You are learning to recognize the qualities that allow love to feel safer. Imagine someone respecting your no without sulking, pressuring, or punishing you. Notice how that feels. Imagine someone doing what they said they would do, not once, but repeatedly. Notice how that feels. Imagine someone being honest even when the truth is uncomfortable. Imagine disagreement without abandonment. Imagine a misunderstanding followed by conversation instead of silence, games, or punishment. Let your body take in these possibilities slowly. You do not have to trust a promise simply because it sounds beautiful. Healthy trust can grow through evidence, through time, through repeated experiences that match the words being spoken. That means you are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to let trust grow. You are allowed to notice whether someone's actions are consistent. You are allowed to remain open without becoming naive. Now, push the gate another few inches. The opening is wider. You can see more of the garden now. Bench beneath the flowering tree, sunlight falling across the path in warm patches. A small fountain sending water gently into a stone basin. Nothing inside the garden is asking you to surrender yourself. You do not disappear when you receive love. You do not lose your voice. You do not lose your standards. You do not lose your ability to leave. Something unhealthy. Healthy love does not require you to abandon yourself at the gate. Imagine stepping one foot through, only one. The rest of you remains outside. Feel the ground beneath that foot. You are still you. Your boundaries are still intact. Your awareness is still intact. Your choices are still yours. Receiving love does not mean handing someone else control over your safety. It means allowing care to reach you while you remain connected to yourself. Take another slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now imagine placing your second foot inside. You are standing just beyond the gate. You do not close it behind you. You do not lock yourself in. The gate remains available. You can move closer. You can pause. You can step back. This is not all or nothing. Closeness can have degrees. Trust can have stages. Love can unfold. Asterisk walks slowly along the stone path inside the garden. The gate remains open behind you, visible whenever you choose to look back. That matters. You are not trapped here. You are choosing to stay. The first sign you reach says respect. Pause beside it. Imagine what respectful love feels like in ordinary moments. Someone listens when you speak. Someone does not mock your feelings or punish you for having them. Someone hears no without trying to turn it into yes. Someone can disagree with you without making you feel small. Notice what happens inside your body when you imagine that kind of respect. Maybe it feels natural. Maybe it feels unfamiliar. Maybe part of you wonders whether you are asking for too much. If the thought appears, let it pass through gently. Respect is not too much. You do not have to become quieter, easier, more agreeable, more useful, or less complicated in order to deserve it. Continue walking. The next sign says consistency. This one may feel different. Consistency can be quiet. It does not always create the same emotional intensity as uncertainty. There may be no rush of wondering what something means, no dramatic highs and lows, no constant need to decode what is happening. Instead, there is repetition, a message when they said they would send one, a call when they said they would call, that conversation that continues tomorrow. Kindness that does not vanish after a disagreement, care that does not need to be chased. Imagine someone showing up this way again and again. Notice whether your mind immediately asks, when will this change? You do not need to answer that question. Bring yourself back to what is actually happening right now. The behavior is consistent right now. The care is present right now. Nothing needs to be turned into a warning. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let your breathing return to normal. Continue farther into the garden until you reach the sign marked honesty. Imagine sitting across from someone who cares about you and saying what you actually feel. Maybe you say, "That hurt me." Maybe you say, "I need more time." Maybe you say, "I am afraid." Maybe you say, "I need reassurance right now." Maybe you say, "I disagree." Maybe you say, I care about you. I still need this boundary. Now imagine that honesty does not immediately lead to abandonment. The other person listens. Maybe they do not respond perfectly. Maybe they need time to understand. Maybe you both have different perspectives, but the connection does not disappear simply because you told the truth. Notice what happens inside you when you imagine that. Perhaps you learned that closeness depended on keeping someone happy. Maybe disagreement once felt dangerous. Maybe expressing a need felt like taking a risk. But healthy love does not require you to disappear. You can be loved and still have needs. You can be loved and still disagree. You can be loved and still need space. You can be loved and still say no. Continue walking ahead. Path widens and the next sign appears. Patience. There are no sharp turns here. No need to hurry. Sometimes fear wants immediate certainty. Where is this going? How do they really feel? Will they leave? Can I trust them? What happens next? The mind may try to travel months or years ahead because it believes knowing the ending will make the present safer. But love happens here. In conversations. In ordinary days. In repeated choices. In the accumulation of evidence. You do not need to know the ending in order to experience what is true today. Remind yourself quietly. I can let time reveal what I do not know yet. Again. I can let time reveal what I do not know yet. You do not have to interrogate the future. You can observe the present. Continue along the path. For now, the present is enough. Repair. Beside it is a smooth stone table, and resting on top is a ceramic bowl. Then golden lines run across its surface where it was once broken and carefully put back. Together. Pick up the bowl. Feel its weight in your hands. Healthy relationship is not a relationship where nobody ever gets disappointed, misunderstood, frustrated, or hurt. Two people can care about each other and still make mistakes. They can say something poorly, they can miss a need, they can have different perspectives. Safety does not require perfection. Sometimes safety is revealed, but what happens afterward? Can there be accountability? Can there be an apology? Can someone listen without immediately becoming defensive? Can behavior change? Can you say, that hurt me, and still remain connected? Can both people care more about understanding than winning? Imagine a small disagreement with someone you care about. Notice whether your mind immediately wants to turn that moment into an ending. They are pulling away. This is changing. Here it comes. I knew it. Now imagine pausing before following that story. A difficult moment is happening. That is all you know. Right now. You do not have to turn one uncomfortable conversation into proof that love is disappearing. Imagine staying present long enough to see what happens next. There is a conversation. There is listening. There is responsibility. There is repair. And toward the relationship is still there. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let your breathing return to normal. Look down at the bowl in your hands. The golden lines remain visible. Bear did not pretend the break never happened. It simply created evidence that something difficult could happen, and care could still follow. Place the bowl gently back on the table. Continue walking until you reach the final sign. Warmth. Beyond it is a large flowering tree. Beneath the branches is a soft place to sit. Walk toward it and settle beneath the tree. Sunlight filters through the leaves. The garden gate is still visible in the distance. Notice that it remains open. You have come this far into the garden and you still have a way out. You did not lose yourself by coming closer. You are still free, still aware, still able to choose. Let that realization settle into your body. Closeness is not captivity. Love is not ownership. Receiving does not mean surrendering your judgment. You can let someone love you and remain fully yourself. Now imagine someone sitting beside you, not anyone specific, just a feeling of healthy love taking a human shape. There's no pressure in their presence, no demand. No test. No need for you to perform. They simply sit beside you. Warm. Steady. Present. Notice what it feels like to let someone be close without immediately preparing for loss. Maybe part of you wants to lean away. Maybe part of you wants to search for a reason not to trust a moment. If that happens, do not force yourself to relax. Just notice there is the old alarm. There is the part of me that expects warmth to disappear. Then gently remind yourself, I do not have to predict the ending from this moment. I can receive what is true right now. Let that sentence settle. I can receive what is true right now. Imagine the person beside you offering a simple kindness. Maybe they remember something you told them. Maybe they ask how your day was and truly listen. Maybe they offer you a compliment with no hidden expectation. Your old instinct may be to deflect, to joke, to minimize, to immediately give something back. Instead, imagine doing something simple. You say thank you, and you let the kindness land. No explanation, no repayment. No attempt to make the moment smaller. Just receiving. Feel what that creates inside you. Maybe receiving is a skill to. Maybe it can be practiced. Maybe you do not have to become perfectly comfortable with love before you allow a little of it in. Asterisk, stay beneath the flowering tree for a little longer. Allow yourself to notice what it feels like when nothing is being demanded from you. You are not being asked to prove your love. You are not being asked to earn someone's attention. You are not trying to convince anyone to choose you. You are simply experiencing warmth. Imagine the person beside you saying, I care about you. Notice your first reaction. Maybe your heart softens. Maybe your mind immediately asks, but for how long? If that question appears, do not judge it. Gently remind yourself that you do not have to travel into the future. Every time something feels good, you can stay here. Right now, care is being offered. Right now, you are allowed to receive it. Imagine someone telling you that they appreciate you instead of listing the reasons they might change their mind. Let yourself hear the words. Imagine someone choosing to spend time with you instead of wondering whether you are entertaining enough, interesting enough, attractive enough, useful enough, or easy enough to keep them there. Allow yourself to consider another possibility. Maybe they are there because they want to be. Let that possibility exist. You do not have to earn every moment of affection through performance. You do not have to constantly provide value to remain worthy of care. You are allowed to be tired around someone. You are allowed to have quiet days. You are allowed to need support. You are allowed to not know what to say. You are allowed to simply exist in someone's presence without constantly proving why they should keep choosing you. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now imagine standing and walking slowly back toward the garden gate. As you walk, notice each sign again. Warmth, repair, patience, honesty, consistency, respect. These are not promises that nothing difficult will ever happen. They are qualities you can look for, evidence you can observe. You do not need to decide whether someone is safe based only on how intensely you feel about them. You could also notice how you feel after spending time with them. Do you feel respected? Can you speak honestly? Are their actions consistent with their words? Can they accept a boundary? Can they take responsibility? Is there room for your needs as well as theirs? Can connection exist without constant confusion? You are allowed to use this information when you reach the gate. Stand in the opening. One side represents protection, the other represents connection. For a long time, maybe these felt like opposites. If I protect myself, I cannot fully love. If I fully love, I cannot protect myself. But now imagine standing with one foot on each side. You do not have to choose between them. Protection and connection can exist together. Boundaries and vulnerability can exist together. Discernment and tenderness can exist together. Independence and closeness can exist together. You can love someone and still listen to yourself. You can receive affection and still notice behavior. You can open your heart without closing your eyes. Feel the strength in that. Now imagine the gate moving gently with your hand. You open it wider. Then you bring it closer. You open it again. You decide this is your gate. You are learning that boundaries are not walls designed to keep everyone away. Healthy boundaries help you decide what kind of access feels appropriate. Some people may remain outside the garden. Some may be welcome near the entrance. Some may earn the trust to walk farther inside over time. Not everyone needs the same access to you, and you do not need to feel guilty for that. Look at the key still resting in your hand. You are not giving it away. You keep it. Even when you love someone, even when you trust someone, even when you become close, the key remains yours. This is what allows you to receive love without abandoning yourself. You can open, you can pause, you can observe, you can communicate. You can close the gate when something genuinely requires protection, and you can reopen it when safety, consistency, and care are present. Hold the key gently. Then place it somewhere safe in your pocket. You know where it is. You no longer need to grip it tightly every second. You trust yourself to reach for it if you need it. And perhaps this is another kind of safety, not knowing that no one will ever disappoint you, knowing that you will remain connected to yourself, whatever happens. Stand at the gate for a moment longer and let that idea settle. Safety does not have to mean controlling every outcome. Sometimes safety is knowing that you can stay connected to yourself, even when another person surprises you, disappoints you, or simply turns out to be human. You do not need guarantees in order to receive love. You need awareness, you need boundaries, you need time, you need evidence, and you need enough trust in yourself to believe that if something changes, you will notice and respond. Take a slow breath in 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Now imagine the next 30 days stretching out in front of you like 30 mornings in this same garden. Each day you return to the gate. Some days it may feel easier to open. Some days you may feel more guarded. Some days you may notice an old fear quickly. Some days you may not notice it until later. That is okay. The goal is not to become endlessly open. The goal is to make healthy consistency feel less unfamiliar over these 30 days. Begin noticing the small moments when love arrives in ordinary forms. A message that is answered with care. A friend remembering something important to you. Someone checking in without needing anything. Someone respecting your no. Someone showing up when they said they would. Someone speaking kindly after a disagreement. Someone allowing you to have a bad day without withdrawing affection. These moments may seem small, but your body learns through repetition. Let yourself notice them instead of immediately searching for the exception. Stay with the evidence that is present. This person is being consistent right now. This moment feels respectful right now. I am being cared for right now. You do not have to turn right now into forever. Right now is enough. Imagine yourself moving through a normal day. Someone sends you a thoughtful message. You feel the old urge to analyze it. What do they mean? Why did they say it that way? Are they pulling back? Pause. There is the old alarm. Look at what is actually in front of you. Maybe the message is simply kind. Let kindness be kind. Another day, someone does not respond as quickly as you expected. Your mind begins writing a story. They are losing interest. Something changed. I knew this would happen. Pause. What do you actually know? Maybe you know only that they have not responded yet. That is different from betrayal. You can wait for information before creating an ending. Another day, someone offers affection and your instinct is to pull away before you become too attached. Pause. Ask yourself, is anything unsafe happening right now? Or is closeness simply making me feel vulnerable? Let the answer come slowly. You are not trying to override your instincts. You are learning to separate an old fear from a present fact. Imagine one more ordinary moment. You are sitting beside someone you care about and nothing dramatic is happening. No argument, no big declaration, no uncertainty. Just calm. Notice whether part of you wants more intensity. Maybe your mind says something is missing because there is nothing to fix. But what if nothing is missing? What if this is what consistency feels like? Warm, ordinary, steady. Let your body experience that image. Healthy love does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it looks like peace. Sometimes it looks like predictability. Sometimes it looks like someone simply continuing to show up. Take another slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let your breathing return to normal. Look back toward the garden. The gate is open. The flowers move gently in the breeze. You do not need to rush inside, and you do not need to run away. You can stand at the threshold and choose what feels right. Over the next 30 days. Let that threshold become more familiar. Let healthy love become something your body recognizes. Let consistency become less suspicious. Let warmth become easier to receive. Let peace stop feeling like the moment before something goes wrong. And when the old fear appears, mind yourself gently. I can notice the fear without letting it make every decision for me. Asterisk. Now imagine yourself walking back into the garden one more time. This time, path feels more familiar beneath your feet. You recognize the fountain, the flowering trees, the warm sunlight moving across the stones. The garden no longer feels like a place you have to earn your way into. It feels like somewhere you are allowed to be as you walk. Notice how different receiving love feels when you are not abandoning yourself in the process. You are not trying to become more agreeable so someone will stay. You are not ignoring discomfort to prove that you are open. You are not handing over your boundaries in exchange for connection. You are simply allowing healthy love to meet you where you are. Walk toward the flowering tree again and sit beneath it. Place one hand over your chest if that feels comfortable. Imagine saying quietly to yourself, I do not have to mistrust every good thing in order to protect myself. Let that settle down again. I do not have to mistrust every good thing in order to protect myself. You can remain discerning without remaining guarded against everything. You can pay attention without expecting betrayal. You can let someone earn trust without demanding that they prove the future. You can allow affection to be present without immediately preparing for loss. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let your breathing return to normal. Now imagine healthy love as a warm light moving slowly through the garden. It does not rush toward you. It does not overwhelm you. It reaches you gradually. First, the light touches your hands. Imagine allowing yourself to receive support. Then it reaches your shoulders. Imagine allowing yourself to receive consistency, then your chest. Imagine allowing yourself to receive affection without immediately questioning it, then your stomach. Imagine allowing yourself to feel calm without searching for what might go wrong. The light is gentle. You control the pace if any part of you feels overwhelmed. Imagine the light slowing down. You are allowed to receive in amounts that feel manageable. Love does not have to arrive all at once. Trust does not have to arrive all at once. Safety can build gradually. Now quietly repeat after me. I am allowed to take my time. I am allowed to receive care. I am allowed to notice consistency. I am allowed to believe actions that repeatedly match words. I am allowed to keep my boundaries. I am allowed to speak honestly. I am allowed to ask for what I need. I am allowed to let good relationships feel good. I am allowed to stop testing love just to see if it survives. I am allowed to let peace become familiar. Pause and feel those words in your body. Some may feel easy, some may feel unfamiliar. You do not need to force any of them. You are practicing. Imagine the garden gate again. It is open enough for warmth to enter, strong enough to protect what matters. And completely under your control. This is the image you can return to whenever closeness begins to feel frightening. You do not have to slam the gate shut. You do not have to throw it wide open. You can pause at the threshold. You can observe. You can ask yourself, what is actually happening right now? You can notice whether the person in front of you is showing respect, consistency, honesty, patience, repair, and warmth. You can let behavior tell you what words alone cannot. And while you are paying attention to them, you can keep paying attention to yourself. That is the balance. Love outside you, self-trust inside you. Both can exist together. Sit beneath the tree for one more quiet moment. Feel the garden around you. Warm. Still. Open. Protected. And let your body begin learning that these things do not have to contradict one another. You can be open and protected. You can be loved and still belong to yourself. You can receive without disappearing. You can stay soft without becoming unsafe. You can let love in. Remain beneath the tree and let yourself rest inside that possibility for a little longer. You can be loved and still belong to yourself. You can receive care without giving away your voice. You can let someone come closer without abandoning the part of you that knows how to notice, choose, and protect what matters. Now imagine the 30 days ahead of you as 30 small visits to this garden. You do not need one enormous breakthrough. You are simply giving your mind and body repeated opportunities to experience something different. Maybe on one day, the practice is receiving a compliment without deflecting it. Maybe on another day, it is allowing someone to help you without immediately feeling like you owe them. It is letting a kind message be kind, instead of searching for a hidden meaning. Maybe it is noticing that someone kept their word. Maybe it is staying present when a relationship feels peaceful instead of creating distance, because the calm feels unfamiliar. Maybe it is speaking honestly instead of testing whether someone can guess what you need. These moments may look small from the outside, but each one teaches something new. Love can be received slowly. Consistency can become familiar. Peace can exist without being the beginning. An ending. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now imagine standing beneath the flowering tree. Begin walking slowly toward the garden gate. The sun is lower in the sky now. Warm golden light stretches across the path. The fountain continues flowing gently behind you. Everything feels quieter when you reach the gate. Stop. Look at it. At the beginning of this meditation, the gate was locked. Now it stands open. Not because you removed your protection, because you learned that protection can include choice. You still have the key. You still have the gate. You still have your boundaries. And now you also have another possibility: connection. Place one hand over your heart. Quietly repeat after me. I can let love approach slowly. I can notice what is safe. I can trust patterns, not promises alone. I can receive care without earning it. I can communicate instead of testing. I can stay present when things are going well. I can let consistency become familiar. I can have boundaries and still be open. I can protect myself without shutting everyone out. I can receive love and remain fully myself. Pause. Let those words settle where they need to settle. You do not have to believe them perfectly today. That is why you are returning. Each day, the gate can open a little more comfortably. Each day, you can notice what is actually happening instead of automatically responding to what happened before. Past may explain why the gate was locked, but the past does not have to decide what happens at the gate today. Bring your awareness back to your physical body now. Notice the surface beneath you. Feel your hands, your feet, your shoulders, your face. Notice your breathing. Notice that you are here, not in the relationship that hurt you, not in the moment when trust was broken, not in the future where something might go wrong. Here. This moment. This body. This choice. Take one final slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let your breath return to normal. If you are listening before sleep, allow yourself to remain still and let these words fade gently into the background. You do not need to figure anything else out tonight. If you are continuing with your day, begin moving your fingers and toes slowly. Let your awareness return to the room around you, and remember this as you move forward. You do not need to trust everyone. You do not need to ignore your instincts. You do not need to open the gate for anyone who has not shown you care, respect, and consistency. But when healthy love is present, you are allowed to notice it. You are allowed to receive it. You are allowed to stay. You are allowed to let something good remain good. Return to this meditation each day for the next 30 days and let yourself practice receiving love in small, steady, believable ways. And before you go, subscribe to Your Body Is Not the Enemy so you can continue this 30-day journey with us. The gate is still yours. The key is still yours. And when love feels safe enough to enter, you are allowed to let it in. Asterisk.